Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of X-Wing Flight Academy. In this episode, I am going to be talking about the missions that come in the game. So a mission is a specific scenario which will potentially have its own additional rules for building your squad, or additional rules for the game, and how the scenario is won or lost. You'll find the missions in the core sets, as well as all the boxes that have either a large ship in them or two of the small ships. There's also a link on the Fantasy Flight website to a thing called Mission Control, which actually lets people come up with their own missions and scenarios, and you can actually play other people's on there as well. So one of the things that is good with the missions is the fact that it sometimes limits you with what you can take in your squad. So if you're a new player and there's so many options you don't know what to do, the missions will sometimes direct you to specific ships or specific upgrades that you need, or sometimes even just a full list that you can take. So that can be very helpful. Also, they tend to be a bit more interesting than a standard game because there's some kind of story behind it. There's always a little bit of information they give about why something is happening. So it's a bit more immersive that way. And sometimes if you're an experienced player, you may not play certain ships because they're not quite so good in a tournament scene. So it's a nice way to try out some of the other ships that you've maybe not played so often. So one reason why the missions are maybe not quite so good, also with the squad building, if you're an experienced player that is, because you may want the full options available to you and it does limit you a little bit into what you can take. Also, I found that some of the missions have maybe not been play tested quite so much, so they can be a little bit unbalanced. So sometimes it can be really good that way if you've got an experienced player against a new player and the mission is balanced in favor of one side, you can take it so that the experienced player has the harder time of it. But if you've got two evenly balanced players and the mission is unbalanced, then that can just swing things. So one other option that is out there, it is not an official mission, it's actually a fan-made campaign called the Heroes of the Aturi Cluster. What's really good about that is that it's actually a cooperative game. So all the players will take one rebel ship, and all of the Imperial ships will be controlled by an artificial intelligence. There's some dice rolling, and it kind of follows some steps as to how the ships will activate and who they'll go for. And you play through a whole campaign, and each of your rebel ships can gain experience throughout that campaign. You play a series of missions. You can kind of level up your ships, get new abilities, new upgrades. So that's a neat twist that is a really good option for getting new people into the game because you can all be on the same side and you can help them. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on X-Wing Flight Academy.